is up, YouTube? My name is Yeshuba. Welcome back to another Elden Ring invasion video. Wait, it's not an invasion video. We're looking at Reddit. We're looking at brain dead takes on Reddit, where logic goes to die horribly. What's the point of invaders? No, seriously, why? What is the point of actively encouraging griefing? Don't most games, you know, try to stop toxic behavior? Who thought this feature was a good idea? And what sort of sad basement dwellers found it fun? Alright, so Michael Zaki thought it was a good idea. Just answer that right off the bat. It's not only griefing, you're looking at it with a reductionist perspective. This is honestly really low-hanging fruit. This whole video, to be honest, is low-hanging fruit. But what sort of sad basement dwellers find it fun? People that want to get better at the game. That's pretty much it. It's not all griefing. Some people just like unique fights that are challenging, and that's it. It's pretty damn simple. I could probably talk about that for like 10 minutes, but we're just gonna move on to the next one.
The invaders have no respect. Nobody bows anymore. So every time I go to bow, I just get my ass beat midway through the emote instead. Weird pave, but it's honestly quite annoying.
So this guy's probably bonfire dueling or something. Just listen to me for a second, man. This is not Dark Souls 3. This game is cooked. It's done. You lose. It was stated in the contract clear as crystal. You stole fizzy lifting drinks, and now that whole chamber needs to be washed and sterilized. You lose. You get nothing. Good day, sir. Just stop bowing. Stop bowing. There you go. This guy was a reply under a certain post. I have no memory of which one it was. I'm playing co-op with my GF, and as soon as we get invaded, I break out the moonveil and keep myself surrounded with Corian phalanx. We fight with no honor. We stop in our tracks and wait for the invader to show themselves / attack. Stomp them into the dirt and then teabag them as a couple. And laugh together, then go about our business. I know it seems toxic for us, but it's actually wholesome chungus in a way, and I used to hate invaders, but now I genuinely love when they show up. This one absolutely speaks for itself. I don't even know what to say about this. Power couple, absolute gaming, fire, moonveil OP.
Any tips for dealing with toxic invaders? I was killing invaders with my friend, and the one invader joins spams magic, then runs to the soldier camp right off first step, and would run away until another invader joined to carry him. We had to get another invader to help us kill him, and it took like half an hour to kill him. Are any weapons or strategies good for situations like this? Shit players. Yeah, use dual spears. Get a level 713 phantom in there. Make sure you grab the Crimson Whirl physic flask. And then have him set up physic glitch for your bum ass. And then once you're physic glitched, use the funny spears and have him spam cast. I hope this helps you. Why don't they just delete invading? Let's be real. Why is it even in the game? Cool PVE players don't like to get invaded. Those who like to play PvP get a fair experience in Colosseums. The only type of players enjoying invasions are sweaty gankers. I used to do a lot of invasion in DS3, mostly for Covenant purpose. But I still enjoyed it. I'm turning Russian. Because it was fun most of the times. Now I had to do 3 invasions for Via Questline, and every single one of them was 1v3 over-leveled ganker squad throwing me with dragon incantations, moonveil sorcery, falling star, ash of war. Okay, I don't see how that would justify deleting invading. There's still people that enjoy fighting, like the cancer, like cover shooter where you never get a turn to fight back, sitting in the lake spamming ranged nonsense. Some people enjoy that. I enjoy that. I enjoy finally killing them after running them out of FP. Of course, it's still like abysmal. It's not a skill-based game that we're in here, obviously, anymore. That's over. But I still find it really enjoyable. Like the
the feeling that you get after killing some idiots like that, shit potting them, like pointing down, all that. Maybe physic glitching beforehand if they're really, really shit. I don't know. I still enjoy all of that. I'm fine with it. Honestly, it's the way the game is. Okay, so this one is a little bit different from the rest of them because this one actually has some nuance involved with it, which is pretty cool. But it's a 3-parter, so just bear with me here. There's this weird consensus that PVE'ers quote-unquote cry about invasions and PvP, but I rarely see it. In every thread related to invasions, it's the invader complaining about gankers or some other online issue, and if not, it's someone asking why invaders aren't liked. Nice spelling there. I would say, from the perspective of somebody who's like a PVE'er, or maybe even another invader who's just like sandbagging or something and always has like an easy fallback to be like, okay, well that's why I lost, I'm doing a wholesome Chungus cosplay. People like that aren't able to understand that, like, as like a try-hard invader, we kind of live in like a constant state of malding. Like, we're always just having a horrible, horrible time. Especially with the game in its current state. I'd still say some of us hold out a little bit of hope that it will be fixed. But it's the fact that, especially somebody like G9 as well, like, we all see that, like, there's massive, like, ridiculously untapped potential for this game that's just not even remotely acknowledged by From and never will be. It's just a really, really depressing thing to see a game that's so unique. Like, Invasions, there's no other game that has that. Nothing even remotely like it. It is so incredibly unique, and that's why we keep going back to it. But because of the absurd lack of balance, the amount of, like, just nonsense, like the recovery times and all the L2s, like, the amount of gear dependency, the sheer amount of gear dependency is so upsetting. To the point where we're just always living in a constant state of malding. We get fucking frame trapped by madness snipes, moonveils, colossal attacks. You fucking name it. We've all been true comboed by it. Just fucking blender frame traps in ways that you can't even imagine. It is a fucking hellscape of garbage and nonsense. So we live in a constant state of malding. That's an explanation for that. It genuinely feels like invaders are making up scenarios in their head to defend their egos after losing an invasion to what they would call a bunch of scrubs and shitters. True. And this isn't totally unfounded. True. Invaders across all Souls games have had an attitude and a chip on their shoulder, yeah, obviously, where they feel compelled to be incredibly aggressive and hostile toward anyone that doesn't like invasions. One of us. And this isn't a PvP issue. It did exclusive toward invaders. You should really spell check this big guy. Arena players rarely act like this and are generally pretty level-headed and chill because they're casuals. And arenas are a bigger indicator of skill due to its design. Whoa. Damn, I actually didn't read through this completely before taking a screenshot. I just read the first paragraph. Holy shit. That is rough. I'm gonna need a hot fucking second with this one. Okay, so it genuinely feels like invaders are making up scenarios in their head to defend their egos, yada yada. Maybe? I don't know, I feel like there's definitely a bunch of coping on both sides. I'd say the majority of people who still play this game are mentally ill weirdos. All of us. Especially gankers, because they're completely and entirely incapable of feeling shame. Or pride, or anything of that nature. Just because they're like turbo late stage casuals, you know, the casual tumor has spread to their brains. It's that kind of thing. A bunch of scrubs and shitters, yeah. Chip on their shoulder, yeah, like I said, we live in a constant state of malding because of the shit state of this game. Incredibly aggressive and hostile toward anyone that doesn't like invasions. Yeah, I mean, if you don't like invasions, I think you're pretty weird, for sure. That's a weird thing to not like. Sounds like something a ganker would say. Or, actually, no, not a ganker. Like a late-stage PVE'er weirdo that, like, thinks we just exist to grief. Somebody who only understands the game on, like, a very, very, like, base level. I'm really talking. But, yeah, like, people that shouldn't even be in the conversation. The kind of person who's like, oh, invaders are just grief, and they shouldn't even be in the conversation at all. They have nothing to even add. Arena players rarely act like this and are generally pretty level-headed and chill. Obviously, there's exceptions to every rule. I would say that arena players that like just really like doing their cute little 1v1s in like a really poorly fucking balanced dog shit game, I think they're casuals. If you care about 1v1s, I think you're weird. And arenas are a bigger indicator of skill due to its design. I don't even know what the fuck that means. The skill ceiling that it takes to like be a good invader that can consistently take down 3-man ganks, it's nowhere fucking near being a good 1v1 player and like constantly running away with punishing, fucking like armor swapping into cockroach mode, using the funny G9 arrows, all that like gamer stuff, I guess. That's my idea of like high level duels, because I don't do 1v1s at Coliseum. I think they're boring. But like saying that takes more skill just kind of shows the type of weirdo you are. Like this man does not invade like that. I could say that pretty confidently. Like to have that level of just tone deafness about like what goes on in invasions versus what goes on in a cute little wholesome chungus 1v1 in arena. Literally go fuck off. So why are invaders like this? I originally chalked it up to trolling, but a lot of them go above and beyond defending it, which gives the impression it's not just simple trolling why invaders act the way they do, and almost comes off as having this need to prove something to everyone and themselves. I mean, I would say, yeah, obviously we're trying to prove something to ourselves, trying to like strive to the highest skill ceiling in the game, trying to be as good as a player can be at this game. Beating a 3-man gank and they're all somewhat competent players is like crazy. That's the best that you can be at this game, and that's not debatable. That's just the truth. But why would you think it's trolling? Why would it be trolling? Like, the reason we have a chip on our shoulders is pretty obvious. The reason we're always coping, molding, complaining, seething is pretty obvious. You could take a gander at like a singular invasion clip from any invader ever and immediately know. So it's just weird that you don't have even the slightest bit of like perspective when it comes to invasions. There seems to be no advocating for invasions whatsoever, aside from that like one little comment about how like, okay, well yeah, I guess they are scrubs and shitters. Like, I don't know, I feel like you're ignoring a pretty big part of what you're trying to say here. Like there's stuff that's being left out. Invasions are hard, obviously. Like, Jesus, they're really difficult. There's a reason that all the invaders, all of us, are like the way we are, and I feel like it's pretty obvious. Like, we're in a constant state of coping as well, I would say. Not about our skill levels or anything, but just like about the game, like why we keep playing it, why we enjoy it. All of that is kind of just like false hope in the game's maybe decent future. So just to wrap this up, why do you not understand why invaders act the way they do? Like, how do you not understand it, I guess, is my question to this dude. Like, rather than make a reply, I'm just gonna rant about it because it's fun. But it's really bizarre. Like, just a little peek behind the corner at what is going on at fucking first step in max bracket. I shouldn't have even mentioned that. Fuck that. That is off the table. Like, meta Boil Prawn, meta Academy Gate Town. There's a lot of spots where people like gank like crazy and for some reason enjoy it. Like, obviously I want gankers. Gankers are great. Good for the economy. Good for epic gaming clips. They gotta exist. It's a necessary evil, just like twinking. Because you gotta kill them overlevel babysitters. But I'm getting sidetracked. It's just such a basic understanding that's missing from this. Like, oh, why are invaders? They're so salted. They need to prove something. They got a dang chip on their shoulders. You fucking know why we have chips. You know why we got Doritos, Fritos. Shut the fuck up. Like, are you for real? Have you invaded one time, man? Damn! Alright, gamers, let's end it on a high note here. Does playing hide and seek with invaders make me... I gotta stop doing the southern thing. Does playing hide and seek...
Does playing hide and seek with invaders make me a bad person?
Why am I always southern?
I play this game too much. Sometimes when I'm bored, I'll just don the mimic veil when I get invaded and take the invader on a 30-minute ride through the wastelands, changing places as many times as I can, like a sick game of hide and seek murder. Am I in the wrong? I figure I usually didn't sign up for this crap, and being able to cause the other frustration is a reasonable comeuppance for disturbing my co-op adventure. Oh,